Good morning. So I've been reading this book and it's called The All Guide. The book is meant to be read almost like a devotion. He wants you to just take in a chapter a day or at least do like one in the morning and one at night. It's so good. I really just be wanting to fly through it, but I'm trying to be patient and allow what I read to really seek in so I can, marinate on each chapter or meditate rather. Anywho, this chapter starts out talking about this pastor who was corrupt back in the 1980s. He was a well-known pastor. He preached on television and he ended up in prison for mail fraud and some other stuff. Anywho, so he gets a hold of this book during his sentence, and it was written by this author, John Bevere, and he requested to see him. So he went to see him, and they had, some dialogue about what was going on with him. So he asked him a question. He asked him, when did you fall out of love with Jesus? Because before he could clearly see that this man was sold out, he loved Jesus, but then he became corrupt. Well, the man in prison told him that he never fell out of love with Jesus. John Bevere was kind of like, how can you say that? How can you love Jesus and do what you did to his people? So the man went on to explain to him that he didn't have a fear of God. So listen, I'm going to read a little bit of this because this really kind of gave some examples also of how that is so. It says, as I write, just this week I was told of a heartbreaking news of a young lady whom I've known since she was a small girl. She was raised in the faith and professed to be a follower of Jesus, but has lived a promiscuous life with a reputation of being easy among her male peers. Recently, she posted on Instagram that Jesus held her hand through the entire process of aborting her baby. What Jesus is she referring to? Another young lady who was married to a godly man told me to my face that Jesus promised her he would take care of her if she decided to divorce her husband. She did and left a wake of devastation with her husband, children, family, and friends. Her reason for divorce wasn't scandalous. She simply didn't love him anymore. No abuse, no immorality, no financial problems. All this came straight from her mouth. In fact, she told me he was a kind and caring husband and father. What Jesus was she referring to? These are just two countless examples I could give of those who profess a relationship with Jesus, but live in a way that declares otherwise. How are these two and many others so deceived? I believe it's the lack of holy fear.